بهمة نسر للعمل، حريصين بدون إهمال. وقف، باعد، على المرض لا تساعد. نسعى في دروب الحياة، ما بيننا مسافات آمنة. نشوف بعين الرضا ونحلم بخير لبكرة. ناخذها بالتزام لجل نفرح في قادم الأيام. في ضحكاتنا، في قلوبنا، قناعة بالمقصود، اليوم ودوم.
وبركاته، واهلا وسهلا بكم مشاهدينا الاحبه من جديد في برنامج درس على الهواء. هذا البرنامج الذي يسلط الضوء دائما على جميع الاستفسارات والاسئله الخاصه بطلبه وطالبات شهاده الدبلوم العام الصف الثاني عشر. اذا اليوم ماده جديده، ماده اللغه الانجليزيه مهارات. ان شاء الله راح ناخذ جميع التفاصيل الخاصه بهذه الماده مع ضيفتنا لهذا اليوم بعد هذا الفاصل. فابقوا معنا. مشاهدينا الأحبة، أهلا بجميع من يحرص على متابعتنا في برنامج درس على الهواء، متبعا طبعا جدول البث الخاص لبرنامج درس على الهواء. اليوم مادة اللغة الإنجليزية مهارات. أكيد يمكنكم متابعتنا عبر تويتر قناة عمان مباشر، وأيضا يمكنكم طرح الأسئلة والاستفسارات عبر هاشتاج درس على الهواء، وكذلك الاتصال عبر هاتف البرنامج. إذا نحب نذكركم أيضا مشاهدينا الأحبة أن هناك إعادة بعد أخبار العاشرة مباشرة، وكذلك إعادة أخرى بعد الخامسة مباشرة. إذا نبدأ معاكم مادة اللغة الإنجليزية اللي هي طبعا المهارات في هذا اليوم مع ضيفتنا التي نود أن نرحب بها باسمكم جميعا، الأستاذة هاجر بنت محمد المحرزية، معلمة مادة لغة إنجليزية. نورتينا أستاذة وحياك الله معنا اليوم.
نور أستاذة فايزة.
يا حياك الله، سعداء طبعا بوجودك في مادة اللغة الإنجليزية مهارات. وأكيد البداية سوف تكون معك أستاذة حول تفاصيل الورقة الامتحانية لهذه المادة، فتفضلي أستاذة.
تمام، شكرا أستاذة فايزة. So how are you today, dears? So tomorrow, inshallah, it's your chance. You worked hard this year, and inshallah, you are going to achieve what do you want. Inshallah, tomorrow your exam will be easy. So let's start here. I want to say for you something. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. So maybe these words here, braver, stronger, smarter, describe your personality. And I know that elective students or English students in general, they are excellent and smarter enough to achieve their goals. So let's start here with our learning outcomes for today. Inshallah, we are going to go through the final exam structure paper. We are going to talk about the final exam paper, the specification about the exam. Already we talked about it in previous lessons, and today inshallah we are going to like a revision for you. And the second one inshallah we are going to answer your questions through different ways, calling or sending messages through Twitter or other ways. So let's start with the final exam paper. Here we are going to discuss the specification together. Okay. So let's start here. So as you know, you will have in the final exam 60 marks and 40 with your teacher at school. So you will have 3 skills. The first skill you will have listening, and the second skill reading, and the last one writing. As you know, in elective subject we don't have grammar or vocab questions, but of course we have vocab words in the reading. We are going to talk about them later inshallah. And here let's talk about the listening first. We are going to have 2 tasks regarding listening. The first one, you will have multiple choice, okay, and like interview. We will have an example to later about a mock exam from one of the school that today I got this exam, so we will discuss it together inshallah. And the second type or the second question will be fill in the gaps and WH questions. So it will be narrative text. So what do we mean by interview? You are going to hear interview maybe between a manager and assistants, maybe between wife and husband, maybe between students and teacher. So through this interview, try to focus and get the correct answer, okay? But be careful in these types of questions here in the interview. You are going here, you are supposed to listen to the whole conversation here between these 2 sides, okay? And then try to get the answer, okay? So try to understand first the interview and then try to select specifically the correct answer, okay? And the second one, fill in the gaps. Try to catch the words. Don't write a whole paragraph, a long sentence, just notes here. Look at this one. Task number 1, as I said, students hear twice. So you will hear twice, interview with the length of the text will be from 400 to 450. Okay, so the task 1 will be, as I said here, multiple choice items. Okay, so this will be task number 1. And task number 2, a set of 5 relevant headings, note-taking table. So maybe you will have like a table and you are going to write here some notes regarding this table. So you are going to complete the missing information or relevant headings. Matching headings, okay? I will show you now, okay? Listening to, you are going again to hear twice, but narrative text. What do we mean by narrative text? Maybe a story about someone, or maybe a story about something happened, okay? So with one speaker, only one speaker here. So here we have task number 1 will be 6 WH questions. WH words are very, very important to know about them, to understand them before you will go to the exam tomorrow, okay? Because you need these WH words, not just here in the listening, also at the reading questions. And task number 2 will be 4 fill items, okay? So the marks for task number 1 listening will be 10 marks and listening to 10 marks. So the total will be 20 marks. So listening 1, 10 marks, listening 2, 10 marks. How many questions? 4. In listening 1, you are going to have 2 questions, and in listening 2, again 2 questions, okay? So I hope this is clear for you. Let's move to the reading here. In the reading, as I said here, in the listening you will have WH questions, and also in the reading you will have WH questions and true false. The first task will be evaluative text. Evaluative text, it means you will read something regarding evaluation. Maybe someone is talking about something, he's going to evaluate or assess something. So try to understand the text and then here get the answer, but be careful here. In WH questions, you are not supposed to write more than 4 or 5 words. So don't write long sentences, okay? In task, the reading 2 here, we will have multiple choice and matching. Here, this one, you have it at school in CLT2. CLT2, you have this type. So you can go back to your exam paper, check this one here. and you will have informative text. Informative text, it means here we are going to look at information about something, maybe place, maybe about comparing between two things. Okay, so here look at the reading. Reading 1, as I said, it will be evaluative text, and task 1 will be 7 WH questions. It means each question 1 mark. So the total will be 7 marks. Okay, so here write short answer to each question. Okay, so here as always a reminder for students, not more than 4 words. Okay, and reading 2 will be informative text, multiple choice with 3 options. So you are going to have A, B, C, and you are going to choose the correct option. On 3 at least 3-4 word meaning. Again, it's same like CLT2. You have it, you had it at school, CLT2, word meaning. So you are going to look at the text, and you will look, for example, you will find in the text highlighted words. Go to the text, try to read the sentence before, the sentence after, and then take the meaning of the word. So you will have 3 choices, try to choose the correct one. And task number 2 will be matching items. For example, we have 5 paragraphs, then you will have table, and you are going to match between them. I will show you now example about them. So here we have 4 multiple choice plus here matching items. Okay, so it will be here 3 for word meaning and 1, so it will be 4, and 4 matching items, so the total will be 8, so 8 marks. Okay, for the reading 2, 8 marks, reading 1, 7 marks. Okay, let's move now to writing. Before here writing, so the first one you will have report, and the second one formal letter or email. Okay, here we have writing 1, a set of instructions for writing a report. So you are going to have information about something, and you are going to write a report, assessment report. You are going to assess something by what? By using the information that you will be given in the exam, inshallah. So here we will have how many marks? 10 marks for writing 1, and writing 2, a set of instructions for writing a formal letter or email. Okay, so input material of some kind, a short text requiring a response. So you will have a situation, and from this situation you are going to write a reply for this situation. Again here marks will be 15 marks, so the total will be 60 marks, and 40 with your teacher, so 60 plus 40 it will be 100. So inshallah all of you will get full mark. So this is general view about specification of the final exam paper. So here we will have an example about this one. Let's talk about it. Okay, so this is the example, okay, from one of the school. So they wrote this mock exam. So you are going to hear conversation between David and Sharon. So here like a conversation, interview, like this here. So you will have 2 speakers here. So you will have listen and shade in the bubble next to the correct option. So we have multiple choice, as I said, multiple choice. So first you are going to answer this multiple choice. Try to listen carefully. Okay, try to read the questions before the teacher will come and play the listening for you. Okay, so don't confuse between the questions. Okay, task number 2, listen and make notes in the table. This is the example of the table. So here we have a table. Okay, from this table here we have missing information. Okay, number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So you are going to write notes. Take notes, just maybe words, 1 word, 2 words. So don't write a full sentence or here a long sentence. Okay, so try to write a short one. Okay, so this is the listening. Listening to will be what? WH questions. Okay, how do we know it's WH questions? Look at the questions here from number 1 to number 6. How long? Okay, what was? What 3 different uses? Why? Okay, so here, how long has the British Museum? I want from you to be careful about how. Sometimes we have how long, how tall, how much, how many. So try to focus on how, just how, by asking about ways. Okay, what to ask about things, what 3 different uses. So here try to specify your answers with just 3 different uses. Why here, the reason behind something, again why. Okay, and the second one here, you are going to complete the missing words. Okay, so try to complete the missing words, fill in the gaps. This one we call it fill in the gaps. Okay, so hopefully it's clear. Okay, let's move to the reading. Here, this is the text. You will have first WH questions here. Okay, again, what, who, how many, how, what, and why, and how again. So try here to focus on the questions. And reading 2, so here we will have just WH questions in reading 1. And reading 2, we will have informative text. And here we will have from number 1 to number 4. It will be multiple choice questions. You are going to read the text and shade in the bubble next to the correct option. And this is very, very important, this type of questions here. Match the paragraphs to subheadings. So here you have, for example, this one for paragraph number 1 and 2. Here you will have 4, just 4. And here you will have extra answers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So how many here are extra? So it will be 3, yes. Okay, so here you are supposed to know how many paragraphs here. So from the first one until here the full stop, try to recognize numbers of paragraphs by the space here in the middle. You will find a little space, so this means a new paragraph. Okay, so this will be paragraph number 1, paragraph number 2, 3. So imagine that we don't have here numbers. So these numbers just like example. Sometimes at the exams you will not find any numbers here. So you are going to recognize the number of paragraphs by the space before each sentence, the first sentence in each paragraph. Okay, so this one will be paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 paragraphs. And here we are going to answer questions regarding paragraph number 1 and 2. So what's the main idea in paragraph 1 and 2? So try to read the whole paragraph. Try to get the main idea, the things that is like a repetition maybe in the paragraph, the topic sentence. Try to get from the first one here. Over the past 20 years, the time children spend playing outdoors has dropped dramatically. So you are going to read something like that and try to complete. Try to underline the hints and clues in the paragraphs to get the idea here. Okay, so for example, here we have what? Physical and psychological problems, my time as travel writer, school role now, parents' career effect, past and present activities, writer's advice, and misunderstandings. So what do you think? What's the idea for paragraph number 1 and 2? So maybe, let's see here. Okay, so let's complete reading this paragraph. Maybe you can get the answer. From one generation to the next, the number of hours children spend outdoors has decreased by 50%. Okay, so this is here we have idea. Children used to spend up to 10 hours per week playing outside, making up imaginary games, riding their bicycles, and climbing trees. Nowadays, on average, children spend no more than 5 hours per week playing outside. So here, playing outdoors, playing different games regarding outdoors activities, okay? Most of their time is spent indoors watching television, playing on iPads or PlayStations or using social media. So this is paragraph number 1. If we move to paragraph number 2, what can we see here? The most obvious reason for this change is technology, which has developed at incredibly rapid rates in the last 2 decades. Mobile phones, personal computers, laptops, iPads, games in clothes, none of these existed when our parents were children. Now just above every teenager has their own cell phone and laptop, and even if they don't, they have easy access to one in the family home, gaming. So this is what here? What do you think? So paragraph 1 and 2. Regarding what? Did we talk about physical and psychological problems? No, teacher, we didn't talk. My time as a travel writer? No. School role? Did we mention a school? Did we talk about school role? Parents' career effect? Did we mention any effect? Past and present activities? Writer's advice? Did we talk about writer advice? Did the writer give here any advice in paragraph number 1 and 2? Past and present activities. Did the writer here talk about the different activities from the past until present now? Misunderstanding. So I think it's very clear. So the answer will be E. Yes. So here the writer talked about what? Past and present activities, and so on. Paragraph number 5 and 6. What's the main idea? Paragraph number 7, 3, and 4. Okay, and here, so this is here the listening and listening and the reading, and now we will talk about writing, example of writing. So let's talk about writing a report. Okay.
أستاذة في سؤال واحد فقط.
Okay.
السؤال how to write a report.
Now we will talk about writing a report. So as students, you know that we have different types of report, but in your book you have assessment report. Before of that, I want from you to go to page 113 in your book. Okay, so here we will have this report. How can we write a report? Let's talk about writing a report. So in writing a report, we are going to have introduction, body, and recommendations. Recommendations means conclusion. Okay, so let's change the color here. Okay, so what kind of information can we write in the introduction? But first of all, look at this example in your book. This example, you have it. I don't know if it's clear, أستاذة فايزة. واضح?
I think it's okay.
Okay. So I hope it's clear, students. So you can go to your book, page 113. You will find writing a report. So first, maybe from the book it will be clear. So let's have it from the book. It will be clear. Okay. This is my handwriting, my previous handwriting. Okay. So this is here, you have it. Okay. Page 113, students. Okay. So this is here the layout of writing a report. So you are supposed to write introduction, body, recommendations. The conclusion will be recommendations. Okay. The first one, the introduction. This is the introduction. Before that, sometimes at the exam you will be asked to write to whom this report and from whom and the title. But mostly you will be asked to write about the title of the report. So my advice is to write what? to from report before the introduction. And I want from you also to focus on these here spaces. This one we have, let's change. Be careful about this one here. We will talk about them. What should we write here? Okay. Let's go back here. So first, to whom this report? It means here to a person who asked you to write. For example, your teacher, manager, maybe someone asks you to write this report. So here you are going to write the name. From, so you, for example, your name, or your students, if it's for a teacher, so your students, and report. Here the title of the report. Here the title, from this one here, from the task, what are your hobbies and interests now? What kind of a club? So here this one, they talked about the college club fair. So they are giving us this one here, the title, the college club fair. Don't be worried, all this information you will have it in the exam, okay? And then you will write here in this one here, the red area, you are going to write introduction or purpose of writing. So here in this area, the red one, okay, so let's write it. Okay, here in this line you will write, you can write introduction or purpose of writing of report. Okay, so again, what should we write, teacher, here in the introduction? In the introduction, you are going to start like this. The aim of this report is to evaluate the success of something. Okay, teacher, can we change the sentence? Yes, you can. You can write the reason of this report, the aim or the reason of this report, okay? Or for the purpose of this report. Okay, so the aim, the purpose of this report is to evaluate, is to assess. Okay, so you can write here these words, is to evaluate the success of what? Of our stand at the college club fair. Okay, teacher, or we can talk about, if we are asking to write about a day, event that we attended in school. So the aim of this report is to evaluate the success of the open day that we attended in the school. Okay, also here we can write additional sentence like what? To report students' opinions and to make suggestions for similar events in the future. You can add this sentence. Okay, so this one here, assessment report, event report, you have it in your book. But we have different types of report. We have news report, we have many different types, but the most important one in your book, this one, assessment report. So you are going to assess event, okay? So here again, the introduction will be, what am I reporting on? What do I want the reader to know by the end of the report? So this is the most important questions. You are going to mention them here in the introduction. Is it clear? Okay, so we done this one. Here we can say the basic information. We can call them basic information. Okay. And the second one, we will have introduction. Okay. Students, read the questions very, very carefully. So as we said, reading question is a half of the answer. So here you are going to look at the information from the task itself. Don't start writing without reading the questions, okay? Now let's move to the body. This is the body. Let's see, what do we have in the body? Here, what happened, positive and negative. So now here you will assess something. It means you will have two sides. You will have positive side and negative side. Where can you mention this information? In the body here. So you will write the positive things and the negative things about this club. Okay, why do I think this happened? Maybe something happened negatively, maybe something that happened you didn't like it, so you can answer here the question, why do I think? What do you think? Why is this happen? Why? Okay, so you can write it here in the body. Let's see the body together. On arrival at the students at the university, we were allocated a stand at far end of the main hall. So try to mention the things that happen with you from the beginning until the end. Okay, we were given a large table on which to spread out leaflets and other information. Okay, this is good. So this is something good. Yes. Okay, so here now we have what? Positive things, as well as being able to use the wall. Okay, good. Again, this is positive things. Behind us on which to display our largest posters. However, there were about 100 other stands in the hall, and the majority of the students didn't get to us until they had been there some time. However, so this is what? By using this kind of linking word, so I will have here maybe a negative idea. As a result for this, they had already signed up for other clubs and societies. Why? Because they couldn't reach us because of these stands. Okay, so this is negative thing. Okay, so what's the result? They had already signed up for other clubs and societies. On the other hand, again, here we have negative. Many of students said that they would have been interested in joining if they had seen us earlier. Because of that, because of these stands, many students can't see us. Okay, some students admitted that they were unaware that we offered photography courses and workshops. They don't know about it. So this is a negative thing. Despite our unavailable location, most of those who came to talk to us were very impressed. Okay, impressed. So something what? Yes, good, positive. The majority left with leaflets, and some of them said they would contact us soon. Good. Those of us working on the stand work all back and carrying professional cameras, which worked well. Rashid felt that we should have displayed examples. So this one here, this is the answer for these questions. Why do I think this happened? So according to Rashid, he said, Rashid felt that we should have displayed examples of our artwork. As a result, more people might have stopped and looked at the stand. Okay, so I think it's very, very easy. Just try to write the positive, try to imagine. Sometimes in these types of writings, you need to use your imagination here. Try to imagine you are, for example, in somewhere, you attended an event, okay? You are invited in somewhere, and try to imagine the positive and the negative things that happened with you and mention them here from the first until the end, okay? So here, as we read now together, it's all of them about positive and negative, and the last two sentences, try to write about your thinking. Why do you think this happened? Because maybe because we don't have much time, because nobody told us before, because we need more organization. Okay, so try to imagine and give reasons. Okay, let's move to the last one. As I said, here again we have this one, the red line. Here we can write what? Instead of writing body, we can write positive and negative sides about the event, maybe, okay, about the club. So positive and negative. The last one, let's go to the last one here. We have what? Here we wrote recommendation, so it's very clear, so we can write here the title. It will be what? Recommendation. You are going to what? You are going to recommend. For example, if we will have this type of event, or if I will have a chance to write about this thing here, what the things that should be changed? in future, so here recommendation about future, I recommend arriving at least an hour early. Okay, good. So this one regarding organization, so they need to go early. In order, why? In order, so this is here a reason, in order to secure a stand at the front of the hall, because now we are at the back side, so we can go in the front side, so many students, they will see us easily and they will come. Okay, due to the competition from other stands, I would suggest, okay, so write your suggestions here, holding some kind of competition to make us stand out. I would also recommend that the club's name be changed to something like the photography club, as this would give people a better idea of what we do. So this is here your recommendations, your suggestions about the futures. What's the things that you want to change if you have the same chance? Okay, so I think now it's clear. So we have basic information, as I said, and then introduction, the purpose of writing, and then the positive and negative signs about the thing here in the body, and the last one, the recommendation. Okay, now how can we write it? Which tense can we use, teacher, in writing a report here? You are going to use here present tense plus past tense. And we have a different one here, present tense and past tense. We have past perfect tense, we have past passive. Okay, so here in the introduction, always you will use present tense. Why? Because now you are going to here assess or evaluate. So the aim of this report is, so this is present, is to evaluate. Okay, and then when you will start to talk about what happened here, what happened in this club, so you will use past here. You are going to use past. Look here, were allocated, were allocated. So this is what? Past tense. So here we have past passive. So try to use past passive. Okay, here also we have what? To use, okay, to, because infinitive. Here we will have the same verb. Here there were past word here. Okay, sign up, past. And then at the last one here you will use what? Future. Sometimes future tense, like I would suggest here. Okay, I recommend, I would also recommend. And be careful here, you will use formal language. Okay, it's better here to use formal language, because here this is a report, this is like assessment. You are going to assess something. It is not, for example, for your friend or one member of your family. So use formal language. So this is the report.
نعم. استاذ، عندنا طبعا اتصال. السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام.
كيف الحال؟
الحمد لله.
من معانا؟
سالم.
سالم، اهلين وسهلا. اهلا وسهلا يا سالم، كيف الحال؟
الحمد لله.
يلا يا سالم، عندك الأستاذة هاجر، أعطينا سؤالك.
Hello Salim, how are you?
Fine.
Yes, Salim.
Teacher, I have a question about the report writing.
Okay, so before Salim, you will ask me a questions. I will ask you a question, okay? Did you finish your revision about the exam?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so shall I ask you a question, Salim?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so look here, Salim, this is the question. In writing a formal letter of application, we should use formal language. Is it true or false, Salim?
True.
True. Excellent. Excellent. Yes, true. So informal here in writing a letter of application, because it is a formal letter, so we should use formal language. Yes, what's your question, Sam?
Teacher, when we write a report about a newspaper, in the conclusion.
Okay, newspaper. Okay, let me open for you something here. A report. Okay. Okay, so we have, yes, newspaper. Yes.
Teacher, how we should do the recommendation?
Conclusion?
Yeah.
Your comments, Salim. Your comments, action taken here. You are going to write your comments. Look here, Salim. This is here we have an example about news report. Can you see, Salim, this one with me? Is it clear?
It's late.
Clear?
شايف معانا الشاشة يا
Yeah,
سالم؟
yeah.
Okay, look here, Salim. We will have introduction, main body, and conclusion. In the conclusion, you are going to write your comments or action taken. For example, here we have 2 killed on Pooltown Main Road. So this is here about news. This is from the newspaper. In the conclusion, a police spokesperson said, obviously, this is a terrible tragedy, but it is unlikely that any action will be taken against the person who admitted the crime. So here you will write your comments about the thing or about the news that you read. Okay, Salim?
Okay, teacher. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Good luck.
شكرا لك يا سالم، نتمنى لك التوفيق أكيد. نشوف نكمل معاش.
Okay. So we will talk about letters, or here we will complete with the reports as because Salim asked about reports. So as I said, in the book here you have writing event, assessment about event. We have also other types of writing. We have like this one here we call it assessment report, and also here, for example, let's see this example from one of the exams. Following an activity that was held in your school this year, your English teacher has asked you to write a report evaluating the activity and include your recommendations and future activities. Okay, nice. So from the question here, we can get many information. Your writing should be clear and organized. Okay, teacher. Now we talked about report. So from this question here, we can write to, from, title. To whom this report? Yes, to the English teacher. Excellent. So to English teacher. Okay. From, you can write from your student. Okay. Okay, here that was held in your school. Okay, this is very nice. Okay, because they didn't give us a specific topic, so we can imagine and write whatever we want. So, for example, the report, the title will be, for example, let's say the open day. Maybe you have open day at school, so let's talk about this day. Maybe this year you didn't have much like these days because of Corona and these circumstances, but inshallah you will have it at university. Okay, so this is the basic information done, so you get the mark. Okay, let's move to the introduction. Okay, the introduction is what? Write a report evaluating the activity, evaluating this activity. So we can write what? The aim of this report is to assess or evaluate what? The success of the open day event. Okay, also to write some students' opinions or suggestions. So this is the introduction. Okay, okay, so done. This is the introduction. The body, in the body here you will write, as I said, the positive and negative side. here, for example, in the body now, you will write about the activity in general. What happened from the beginning until the end. For example, we started our event at 8 o'clock. We had many students from different schools. Our teachers were very, very helpful, like this. And try to mention then the positive. For example, we got an enjoyable time, and we displayed our works, we presented our works, okay? But we have things that we didn't like it, like this and this, okay? The recommendations next year, inshallah, if you will have a chance to have an open day, what the things that you want to change, okay?
استاذة بناخذ اتصال معنا عبد العزيز. السلام عليكم عبد العزيز، كيف الحال؟ عبد العزيز كيف الحال يا عبد العزيز؟
الحمد لله والله، شو اخباركم طيبين؟
والله الحمد لله بخير، دامك بخير.
حياكم الله، يعطيك العافية ان شاء الله على الاستضافة.
الله يعافيك. معك استاذة هاجر، تفضل.
Yes, Abdulaziz. How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, thank you.
How is the elective with you? I'm fine, alhamdulillah, thank you.
Thanks for that.
How is the subject with you? Is it easy?
Yeah, you can say it is easy.
Alhamdulillah. So shall I ask you a question, Abdulaziz?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let's see the question here. Okay, Abdulaziz. Here the question is regarding again true or false. Is it clear for you, Abdulaziz, the question on the screen?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Yeah. It's important to write the full name at the end of the letter. The full name, Abdulaziz. Is it important? The full name?
No, false.
Excellent, false. Yes, so we are supposed to write the first and the last name. Yes, Abdulaziz, is it correct? Okay. Yes, Abdulaziz, what's your question?
Okay, I just want to ask you about the when you're gonna write the conclusion or the introduction or the subject should be writing in order. I mean, the introduction should be quite clear.
In which type of writing do you mean?
If you're gonna write any mistake.
Any type of writing you mean?
Yes, okay.
So you mean...
we should write in order. It should include the conclusion.
I can't hear you well, Abdulaziz. So you mean that the introduction should be long or what?
No, I'm asking about the conclusion.
Conclusion, yes, okay.
We should write it in every essay.
سؤال غير واضح استاذة؟
ما اسمع الصوت.
عبد العزيز، repeat your question. عيد سؤالك وكذا يعني بصوت عالي.
We should what عبد العزيز؟
معك الأستاذة؟
ما واضح عند الصوت.
لا بس اتكلم عن الخاتمة يعني.
Yeah, conclusion. Okay. I heard conclusion, but what's the question here? Is it like how can we write the conclusion?
Yes. How we can start writing the conclusion.
How can we start?
Yes.
Okay, Abdulaziz. We can start writing the conclusions, Abdulaziz, like let me open here an empty paper. Okay, here we have. Here. So in the conclusion, we can start by many phrases, Abdulaziz. So we can write, okay. We can write all in all. So it depends, Abdulaziz, on the type of writing. It depends.
It depends. You can write anything. You can start with anything.
Yes, we can start by anything, but here, for example, if we talk about writing a report, Abdulaziz, as I said before, so you will write your recommendation. So, for example, you can start by, in future, I recommend this and this, or like all in all, at the end, I recommend, okay? It's up to you. In the formal letters, it will be different, Abdulaziz. The formal letters, the conclusion, it will be according to the letter. For example, I am hearing to, I will wait to hearing from you, okay? Or I will wait your reply. This is about letters, okay, Abdulaziz?
Oh, yes,
Yes,
I get it.
so it depends on the writing. So tomorrow, inshallah, in the exam, you will have formal letter and a report. So report, you can use these phrases like all in all, at the end, okay, like this.
Let's say, teacher.
Yes.
Let's say in the end, for example, the report is talking about the environment or the Oman.
Okay.
So in the end, the conclusion was going to be like, I'm going to start in the end. I hope you just you like.
In the report, you will use phrases like I recommend, I would suggest.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is the conclusion. I would suggest, I recommend. Okay, I will write my recommendations like this. But in the formal letters, you will write this one at the end, or I will wait your reply, or I'm waiting to hear from you. I will wait to hearing from you. I look forward to hear from you. Okay, Abdulaziz?
So that's why I was confusing.
Okay, now is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Thank you for that.
Welcome.
I appreciate it.
Welcome. Good luck, Abdulaziz.
Thanks for that.
Okay.
كل التوفيق لك يا عبد العزيز، شكرا جزيلا لك. نستكمل مع الأستاذ. شكرا.
Okay, so let's continue here with the report. Okay, so here the conclusion. So we finished the first one. This one we call it assessment event report. Here we have different types of report. Here we have, for example, place, building. Here a report like if you are going to write about a place, so you will write here same. To, from, title. But students, be careful that the important one is the assessment report about event. You have it in the book. But this one here, you need, because you are elective students, the last year students, you need to know about these in general. So if you will have, for example, assessment about a place, you will write in the introduction again the aim of the report, same. All of them, they are the same, don't be worried. But in the body here, the different. For example, in the event report, you will write positive and negative side. Here, you will write about the activities, the facilities about this place. For example, here, look at the body about Blue Water campsite. Here, where is, so the first one, you will write about the location. Okay, the second one you will write about facilities. What's here, what are the facilities and activities here in this site, and the last one here, the activities. Look in the main body. In the main body, present each topic in a new paragraph, so it will be 1, 2, 3, like 3 paragraphs. So you will have like location, activities, facilities, and the last one, the conclusion, again your overall impression or recommendation. So the same. Also here we have an example about place, building, product assessment. Here you will have, for example, like assessment report, you will have this table in the exam. So your company wants to find a good medical center for its staff. So your boss has asked you to write an assessment report about the new medical center. Maybe they are the same with the club fair. Okay, and here we have the information. Your report use all the information here. Okay, so the introduction and the conclusion. The main body, this is the main body. Okay, modern here, building, closed after. So this is information about this center, location, where is the location of this, qualified, how many rooms. So you will mention all these in the body. Again, the introduction will be the purpose, same. Okay, same. The introduction will be the purpose of writing. The conclusion will be a recommendation about the medical center, and in the body you will talk about the facilities, number of staff, number of rooms in this center. Okay, the time, the location. So try to mention the all information. If you want to write like in each paragraph one thing, it's okay. If you want to write them as a whole paragraph in the body, it's okay. Okay. This is another example. Here a news report, we discussed this one with the previous calling with Salim, I think, so it's clear. Here you will, if you have a news report, in the news report in the introduction, you will write summary of the event. What happened? Where was that happened? When was it happened? Okay, who, for example, were in this accident or incident? Okay, the main body, paragraph number 2 and 3, you will write detailed about this event. Okay, for example, here they talk about 2 killed. Okay, so about a crime, so in the body you are going to write more details about it. And the last one, conclusion, as I said before, you will write your comments and action taken. Okay, so this is the news report. And be careful here about the tense. As I said, you can use past passive. Okay, this is example about news report. Here we have, you are a reporter for a local news report, a newspaper. Your editor has asked you to write a news report. So this is good. To, from is clear. To whom? To the editor. Okay, from you. And the title about what here? Local newspaper. Okay, so you will write about what? A fire. Okay, the title about a fire. Here you have the information. Try to use this information. Again, introduction, body, conclusion, purpose of writing. Then in the body, try to use these details. Okay, and the last one will be conclusion. And the last type, meeting report. In meeting report, it's very easy meeting report. Okay, the introduction again, aim, place and time and people in the meeting. How many people were in this meeting? What was the time about this meeting? What's the aim of this meeting? Okay, so this will be the introduction. The body, all aspects discussed in the meeting. This one you have it in your book, students. Meeting report, you have it in your students here book. Who said what recommendation of the result? What's the result from this meeting? Here you will mention the results of this meeting in the body. Conclusion, how the meeting ended, the recommendation. For example, we have a meeting between the principal in school and the teachers and the students. So the first one, we will write the purpose of this meeting is to what? Talk to students about their marks in the exams, maybe. Okay, okay, to listen to some students talked about these marks. To discuss the problems about these marks in the body. So you are going to mention the whole things that happened in the meeting. So we started our meeting at 10 o'clock and we discussed many things, many aspects regarding the meeting. The first we talked about this, then we moved to this and this until the end. Okay, in the conclusion, what are the results from this meeting? Okay, so you will mention the result. So students, I hope this is clear. This is the types of reports, but I want from you to focus on your book. Okay, so this is just information to you and the most important one at your book. Okay, let's move to something else. Okay, now let's talk about reading questions. Okay, we will talk about reading questions. Okay. Okay, as I said, we will have different types of questions in the exam. So reading. We will have WH questions. Now we will talk about WH words as a revision for you. So we have many types of WH words. We have where, we have what, the most common one. We have why, how, and here how we will talk about it specifically. And also we have what, when. Okay, so then we will complete. So we will have who also. And then we will complete the rest of the words. Okay, so let's start with where. For example, you will read in the text or you will listen in the listening about two speakers, they are talking. So here you are supposed to search the answer. This one, they want you to answer question regarding where. Sometimes here, in general, we know that where it talks about a place. And most of the students, they said it's about maybe a country, about a village, or about a city. No, sometimes just a place. Where was the accident happen? Where? For example, in a name of a street. So this is where, okay? In a river, okay? In the beach. So don't here confuse between, it's just, don't say to yourself it's just about a country, a name of a country or a city. No, place, it's a place. Even countries, cities, parks, beaches, roads, okay? So this is where. What happened? What happened in the river? What happened in the accident? What happened at home yesterday? So here you are going to mention the thing that happened, the thing. So you are going to explain what happened, okay? For example, two men were escaping. So this is the thing that happened. The police searched about a thief or someone, a criminal, okay? So this is the thing. Why? Here, the reason. Okay, why was the accident happen? Because. So you will find words like due to, or in order to, since, because. The most common one, because, okay? So try to read more and more to get the answer here, the reason why this happened, okay? How? Let's talk about how. How in general, it's used to ask about a way. For example, teacher, I want to ask you, how are you coming here? For example, or how are you coming to school? By my car, okay? So this is a way. But sometimes how here is connected with different words. For example, how much. So if we have this one, how much, so we are going to write about price or amount of something, okay? How, sometimes about many. How many? It's regarding numbers. How many students are in the class? They are 15, like this. How many machines here? For example, 4. So this is about number. How long? So about length. About length. So you will ask about how long, okay? But if we say how tall, it means how tall, this one. So you will write here, differentiate between them, okay? So here about the tall, here about the height, and here about the length. We have difference between length and height, okay? And here again much and many. So we have different types of how weight. For example, kilogram, you are going to find kilograms. How many kilograms? How weight, okay? And this one here, we have where, when, about time. But not just hours, for example, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 12 and 30, no. Time, it means all the time, evening, morning, at night, middle night, okay? So don't specify yourself here with just hours. It means all different types of times. The last one, who. Who, it talk about people. Sometimes it talk about organization, a place, office. For example, who organized the event yesterday? Who organized the event yesterday? We can say, for example, the school. Who? The school teachers or the office. For example, who organized the trip? For example, the tourism office. So here we have just like organization. So sometimes you will find names, sometimes you will find organizations. Okay, so this will be task 1. Task number 1. Let's move to task number 2. About reading. Task 2. In task number 2, matching paragraph. Okay. In matching paragraphs, I want from you to focus here. Look at clues, main ideas. Okay. Try to underline. Okay, things that gives you the answer. Let's have an example together. Okay, we will have it from previous exams. Okay. This exam from 2019. Okay. The year for this exam 2018-2019. Okay, let's see here. Types of writing. Now it's different because it's like 1 year, but just we want to focus on the question here. This type of a question. Okay, so here let's see. First, let's read these. Try to read first read the question, then go to the text. Okay, so here paragraph number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So no paragraph number 1 here. We don't have paragraph number 1, so you will start from paragraph number 2. Here we have sentences, topic sentences from paragraphs. So A, people donate old clothes and other items to charity organization. Okay, teacher, so we get the idea now. Here they talk about donation. Okay, number 2, another device is the rain marker, which can turn seawater or polluted water into safe drinking water. Okay, so this one talk about pollution, about device. Okay, another device, so it means another device. So I can put in my mind, it means another device. It means we will have previous device, we have old devices, maybe the first device. Okay, so put these things inside your mind. See, one of their products is called free electric, and it has already been tested throughout India. So we have another product, one of their products. Maybe we will read about a company, about something, because here we have products. We will see. D, billions in change inventions will cost a lot of money and take time to develop. Okay, so billions in change. So here we have like maybe a title for invention. We don't know. You will see. Will cost a lot of money. E, what makes billions in change? Okay. So now maybe from this one here, now it's clear that it's invention. So what makes billions in change different from other organizations or projects? So now the idea, yes, becoming clear. F, in the area of health, these inventions are aimed at what? Preventing diseases rather than treating them. Okay. G, it's a fact that bad housing and poor diet negatively affect young people's health. And the last one, H, all. Okay, the billions in change products tackle various problems in many different ways. Let's see now. Let's go to paragraph number 2 and find the main idea. Like as I said before, try to underline words here, maybe matching words. Maybe you can look, maybe here you will find a negative sentence, there you will find a positive. You can match them together. Maybe you will have a cause and here an effect about something. Maybe you will have a reason and here you will have a result. So try to think like this. Okay, let's see paragraph number 2. Here, this is paragraph number 2. Okay, at the name suggests it's all about using money to make changes on a global scale. Okay, so it's determined to provide inventions that will help solve the biggest problems people face around the world in 3 key areas: energy, water, and health. Billions in Exchange, okay, so we heard about this one, has a team of inventors, mainly engineers, that aim to deliver products that are inexpensive, easy to use, and which will directly improve people's lives. So what's the aim here? What's the topic sentence here? As the name suggests, it's all about using money. Let's see here. What do you think? Is it talk about people donation? No. Device? No. Product? No. Try to focus on these sentences which talked about billions in exchange. So we have billions in exchange, invention will cost a lot of money. Okay, so we read about this one. Okay, what makes billions in exchange different from other organizations? Did we talk about the differentiation here, differentiate between them? In the area of health, these inventions are aimed at preventing disease. Did we talk about disease? To the fact that bad housing, did we talk about housing? All the billions change products tackle various problems. So, it's clear. So the main aim here about, yes, money. So billions in exchange inventions will cost a lot of money and take time to develop. Let's check here. Number 2. Okay, so provide inventions that will help to solve biggest problems people face around the world in 3 key areas: energy, water, health. Billions in Exchange has a team of inventors, mainly engineers, that aim to deliver products that are inexpensive, easy to use, and will directly improve people's life. And here, it's all about using money to make changes in a global scale. So from this one, from the main idea, we can say that the answer will be D. Okay. Let's move to paragraph number 3. Paragraph number 3. Okay, it's a hybrid bike that produces electricity. So pedal for an hour and you generate enough electricity to power the average home for 24 hours. It's far safer than kerosene, a fuel oil lamp that people normally use. It causes no pollution and best of... So here, it's clear they talk about something. They talk about what? It gives unlimited free energy. Currently there are 150 hybrid bikes in operation, but soon there will be 10,000 available for free to individuals, families, school, and business. So this project is not just about providing free electricity. It's about giving people independence, opportunity, and control. For example, during the day, schools and power laptops in order to access information. So I think it's clear. They talk about pedal. So, what do you think here? Okay, so this one of their product is called Free Electric, and it has already been tested throughout India. Is it this one? Or another device is the Rainmaker, which can turn seawater or polluted water, drinking water? No, this one, no. Is it C or the last one? In fact, that bad housing, did we talk about bad housing for poor people? No. In the area of health, these inventions are aimed to preventing disease rather than treating them. So maybe here we have 2 things. What makes billions and change different from other? So we have C and F. What do you think about C? Look at C. Try to underline here the main things. Produce electricity. Pedal for an hour and you generate enough electricity to power the average. Okay. So here we have it's far safer than kerosene. Fuel oil lamp that people normally use. It causes no pollution. So this one, invention. Okay, good. So this one here we can talk about one of their products. So it will be C. So try to underline here the clues that will help you to understand. Like now, like as I did here, I underline some words and then I match them here to get the topic sentence. Okay? Okay. Let's go back to, okay, this one. Okay, so we talked about writing report. Let's talk about writing one. Writing one will be formal letter. Okay. I want from you something. I want from you to focus here. We will talk about formal emails or letters. Okay. Let's start from the first one. So in general, let's talk about letters in general before we will talk about types of letter. In general, in the letters, you need to write important things. So here, the formal letters. In the formal letters, okay, in the formal letters, you will need to understand many things. In each letter, even for example, this letter regarding application, regarding complaining, asking for advice, for information, apology letter. So here, try to follow the layout, the correct layout in the all types of the letters. So you will need to write what? The opening sentence. So what do we mean by the opening sentence? So imagine this is here the letter. So you need to start your letter by what? Dear, sir, or madam, okay, miss or Mr., Mrs., okay. So whatever you have it in the questions, and don't forget here the punctuation. So here you need to put a comma, okay, after. So this one, it will be the first sentence here. So the opening sentence. Okay, so this is number one. So if you write this thing here, you will get the mark. The second one, obviously it will be introduction. Yes, good. Introduction. I will show you something here to be clear. This one here. About letters in general, this one, okay. So letters in general, you need to write the opening, introduction number 2, main body, conclusion, closing. So try to follow this layout in each letter, okay, whatever the type. But here the different will be what? The information here, absolutely here in the main body. But in general, try to follow this. The opening, you will write dear, sir, madam, with comma, okay. Dear Mrs., Mr., maybe you will have the name, so write it, dear Sir Ahmed, for example, okay. Then the introduction. In the introduction, what should we write? Always, because it's introduction. So now the person, he's waiting, okay. So he's waiting for what? Yes, the reason for writing. So the reason for writing, okay. Reason for writing. Why do you write this letter? Why? For example, I'm writing this letter to apply for a job, okay. I'm writing this letter to apologize about the thing that happened yesterday. I'm writing this letter to complain about this machine, okay. So is it clear? So now here the purpose is different, but the layout the same, the form is the same, but the purpose is different. Okay, so I'm writing this letter to such and such, and use formal language. Report and formal letters, formal language. Don't write abbreviation. Don't write am. This is wrong. I am. Don't write don't. Do not. Okay, so write a full word. Main body, the topic. Conclusion. So I will wait to hear from you. I will look forward. The closing, yours sincerely, and the last name. Okay, here the closing will be yours faithfully, yours sincerely, best regards, kind regards, your first and last name. Okay.
شكرا جزيلا لك أستاذة. طبعا كل هذه المعلومات نتمنى من الطلبة أنهم يركزوا عليها لأنها جدا هامة، سواء طريقة كتابة اللي هي التقرير وأنواعه، واللي فاتت الحلقة المباشرة في هذا التوقيت بإمكانه متابعة الإعادة اللي هي طبعا بعد أخبار العشرة وأيضا بعد الخامسة. إذا مشاهدينا الأحبة، دعونا ننتقل بكم إلى جدول اللي هو برنامج درس على الهواء، من ثم لنا عودة للختام، فابقوا معنا. مشاهدينا الأحبة، أكيد وصلنا إلى الختام، وغدا بإذن الله تعالى سوف تكون لدينا مادة الدراسات اللي هي هذا وطني. وأكيد طبعا نشكركم على هذه المتابعة، ونشكر الأستاذة هاجر بنت محمد المحرزية معلمة مادة اللغة الإنجليزية. جزيل الشكر لك.
العفو، شكرا لك، ما قصرت.
أستاذة, any advice for a student about exam?
والله أنا so at the end students I trust you, so trust yourself. You know more than you think you do. So you know more than, and يعني احنا we trust you elective students. You are excellent and smarter enough to answer the exam tomorrow inshallah. So good luck, and trust Allah first, and pray for yourself and trust yourself, and say tomorrow inshallah you will say I did it. Okay?
إن شاء الله. شكرا جزيلا لك أستاذة
فايزة، مشكورة.
وأيضا طبعا شكر موصول لكم أحبتي على طيب المتابعة لبرنامج درس على الهواء. نلتقيكم غدا بإذن الله تعالى في نفس التوقيت. إلى ذلك الحين نقول لكم إلى اللقاء.
إن أخذك للتحصين حماية لك أنت، وثانياً لأفراد أسرتك والمجتمع. إن امتناعك عن أخذ التحصين خطر عليك وعلى أفراد أسرتك والمجتمع.
أخذك اللقاح وعي ومسؤولية وأمانة نحو وطنك ومجتمعك. امتناعك عن اللقاح يجعلك في دائرة الخطر وسببا في استمرار الجائحة.
طريق التعافي يبدأ من أخذك للقاح، فكن مبادرا لنعود لحياة طبيعية. امتناعك عن اللقاح ينعكس سلبا عليك وعلى مجتمعك، فلا تكن سببا لبقاء الجائحة.
اللقاح سلامة ومأمونية، يقيك من مضاعفات فيروس كورونا كوفيد-19 ويجنبك من الدخول إلى المستشفى ودخول العناية المركزة.
نتحلى بالإيمان، ندفع بالأمل، بهمة نسر للعمل، حريصين بدون إهمال. وقف، باعد، على المرض لا تساعد. نسعى في دروب الحياة، ما بيننا مسافات آمنة. نشوف بعين الرضا ونحلم بخير لبكرة. ناخذها بالتزام لجل نفرح في قادم الأيام. في ضحكاتنا، في قلوبنا، قناعة بالمقصود، اليوم ودوم.
ما أهمية أخذ اللقاح ضد فيروس مرض كوفيد-19؟
تعد اللقاحات أحد أهم الوسائل الفاعلة والآمنة للوقاية من الأمراض، وتكمن أهمية أخذ اللقاح في كونها ستقلل من وتيرة انتشار المرض بين الناس في المجتمعات وتقليل عدد المنومين خصوصاً في أقسام العناية المركزة وتقليل الوفيات.
كيف يعطى اللقاح؟ وكم عدد جرعات اللقاح؟
اللقاحة المستخدمة تعطى عن طريق حقنة عضلية، وهي عبارة عن جرعتين يفصل بينهما مدة زمنية محددة.
متى يبدأ مفعول اللقاح؟